Ryan is fed up and the takeover begins. Don gets caught with his pants down again and is on to big brand new platforms. Brand new episode of Black Ink Crew Chicago Review is up next. Tune in.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
We're back.
We are back, y'all. I don't know what the hell is happening in Chicago, but you know.
This is the perfect song to open to. Shout out to
This is the perfect song to open to. Chi-Town, what up? What up, everybody, y'all? It's your girl, Carmen Cameron, and I'm here with the crew of Black Ink Crew Chicago Review here at AFTERBUZZ.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Nakia Monet.
What's up, guys? I'm El Marie.
And I'm Drew Jones.
Yes, and we like to welcome Drew Jones to the show. We have a brand new host, y'all. Give it up for our girl, Drew.
Kind of like Nine Mag. We got like new family in the building.
Oh, God. The drama is so real, y'all.
Oh, boy. Yo, I mean, last season, we were so stressed out. I think we were drinking every episode.
Yes.
And like, you know, we'll get into it, news and gossip, but because like everything was going on in live time, we were seeing like Snapchats and Instagram stories. So this season's real right now.
This season is going crazy. So this episode is actually entitled "The Takeover Begins," and we are seeing just how fed up Ryan is. But before we get into that, let's get into a little bit of info.
If you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, we've got the podcast for you. It's Conversations with Maria Menounos Podcast Edition. It's hosted by our AFTERBUZZ TV founder, Maria Menounos, so you know it's good. From relationships, finances, career, health and wellness, and more. She literally will talk about it all, and she will enlighten and enrich your life. It drops every Friday, so make sure to head over to iTunes, subscribe, rate, and comment, and let her know that it was the Black Ink Crew Chicago girls that sent y'all over there. Remember, Friday, that's 2 days from now. We'll see you there.
Thanks for the info,
It's
Drew.
a dope podcast, too.
Yes, so
I'm stressed.
last season we left off things were crazy. Kat and Ryan were not seeing eye to eye, obviously, and Ryan said enough is enough. It's her or me. And we were left hanging to see what was going to happen because obviously they weren't never going to be friends again.
Yeah.
But now we open up to a whole new... Ryan said, fuck everything.
Right. I was like, he left
Basically.
everybody hanging.
That's a real
What did
Gemini.
you guys think of this episode?
That was a real Shout out to Ryan. Ryan's a Gemini. So I feel like that's
Gemini.
a real
Ryan's a Gemini. He might be a Scorpio a little bit too, because that vindictive...
I don't know. He's acting like a Pisces to
Hey,
me.
sun rising in Pisces,
We need to do that.
moon and Scorpio. It should, you know, it's crazy because like I get that he's still upset, but it sucks because it's like you can't take something personal. Like we seen last season because of Kat, and he felt like they chose Kat, but all they said to him was, "We love y'all both. We cannot choose sides."
Yes.
So but I do think because remember last season Ryan was having a hard time with the crew saying this is my shop, and Ryan's like, "No, this is my shop."
Yes.
So I think it's a little bit of that. I think he's like tired of everyone kind of like this is our shop, and I think he's like, I'm gonna teach y'all a lesson. This your shop. You got it. But I also think he's like, well, now Kat's not here. Y'all chose her side and y'all did me dirty. It's just me and Rachel and we good.
What you guys think?
It's kind of the same thing, but like you said, like he just kind of left them out like high and dry. It's one thing to kind of like maybe say, I need some time.
Right.
Or y'all know I'm upset with you guys. I'm not messing with y'all right now. So give me some time. But like nobody knew anything.
Nobody knew anything.
And they're like,
I
oh,
want
okay,
to hear
what's
y'all
going
opinions
on?
first before I drop mine. Drew, what you think?
Yeah, I agree. I just feel like it's going to be hard to come back from that. Like, I understand
Right.
being mad and feeling betrayed and stuff, but these are people that you consider family or
Exactly.
have considered family at some point. So even if it's going to be hard to come back from this. I feel
Right.
like.
Yeah.
Even 4, that's his best friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
what
feel
really
like
shocked
So
me.
if anybody's missing, or if hasn't for any reason hasn't seen the episode, the crew walks into the shop and the shop is completely vandalized. To the point where everybody's work equipment is destroyed. There are bullet holes in the walls. Like shit got real, right? And they put 2 and 2 together and they figure out Ryan is behind this. So Ryan and Van go to meet up. And Ryan, you know, Van is like, what the fuck is this? Like, what's going on?
Right. On
Like,
some
really,
real
what's the
gangsta-ish.
problem?
That's some scorned ex-girlfriend shit.
Right. I was like, why they meeting like
Who does
mobsters? What's
that?
happening right now?
First of all, Van got out the car like Godfather. Like
Godfather.
slow motion, all black. I'm like,
Goodfellas.
okay. But what he said was very valid. I personally think it was wrong. It was wrong. I don't
Yeah.
care what type of emotion you have about a personal relationship outside of business. I don't care what type of discrepancies you guys had. What you don't do is go and ruin your friends' income, a way to feed your family. There are ways that you can sit down and talk about things. There are ways that you can get to the bottom of subjects. But for you to try to intentionally leave your friends hanging to the point where they don't have a means to make money, you destroy their work equipment. It's like that shit was so ultimately petty and low.
It was.
It was.
It's different if you have a conversation and you pull up and you say, you know, I need
Right.
to talk to you guys. I think I'm done. In a month, let's figure this all out. I think we should go our separate ways. I'm not going to re-up on the lease. So it gives them time to figure it out.
Give them that time. Especially, It's
Yeah.
almost like a roommate situation.
Yes.
Like, and everyone's always like, oh, you bogus if you only gave me a week to move out. Like,
Yeah.
give the person a month.
Because
give
you're
them the 30
showing that
days.
you're salty. You're showing that you're
Yes.
intentionally trying to put your people in a position to be set back behind you. No stand-up person is going to do that to somebody who helps support them at any point in their life.
Also, question, I don't own a business, so I don't know this, but when you rent an apartment, you have to put down a deposit. So did he have to put down a deposit to lease that place?
girl.
Because he's not getting it back.
Girl, it's been the
been a whole-
whole season about who owned
Right.
what, who owned the name, who got the LLC. We have literally been on detectives
Yes.
all season 3 trying to figure this
Yes.
out. Ryan came in here. We talked to Van. We talked to Kat. We talked to Charmaine, and everyone has
So
different
my main
answers.
question was, and I was like, this would solve everything. Last season I was thinking, if Ryan decided to say, fuck all this, I don't want to work here anymore, or I don't want to be a part of this crew, who has to leave the shop? Does Ryan have to pack up all of his things and leave and start 9mag somewhere else, or does he have to say, okay, everybody out?
I think what it is Ryan does own the name 9mag, but he does not own
Exactly.
that building. That guy owns the building.
Right.
So I think because the lease is up, it is his LLC.
Right.
He's the person paying that lease, and I
I
think
wonder if he's the only one on the lease. Like,
Right.
that's just, like you said, like,
Yeah.
I guess that's the
like
question.
is Van
it
also
just
on the
him?
lease?
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, I think they could still get it together and make something happen.
Right.
Exactly.
Can they take him to court?
Well, it's looking like he's going to start his own 9mag, another 9mag. Now, after your friends have this tattooed on their faces,
Oh,
though.
Yeah, that's-
Ryan.
And
Or at
I
least let
just,
them know.
to me,
Yeah, that's
I don't know. The way
conversation.
Ryan conducts himself in his business, he seems to be a very stand-up, intelligent guy. So I'm wondering where all this gas is coming from and this
Right.
battery in his back. Do any of you guys feel like it might be more so Rachel?
I think that part of it could be his relationship with Rachel, because I think after the whole Cat situation, I think with them two, they've seemed like they've gotten closer. And I think now he's like, all right, so she has trust issues with me. Let me try to prove myself to her a little bit. And I feel like now he's listening to her. He's taking her, because remember, for years, he's been going to her, telling her, yo, Van ain't doing this, they ain't doing that. So all she knows is these stories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And she's given her opinion about it before, like such and such should go and things
Right.
like
She
that. Because
knows
he
these-
even said it, like she can see the things that I can't see that I'm starting to see now.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
he even
women
said
can do that. Women, we
Yeah.
have, we do have magic powers.
So I think as wifey, she's like, this is not your situation.
But
'cause-
is it more so like this is not your situation, or okay, y'all wanna side with Kat? I'm gonna show y'all who's really running the show because I run him, so he's gonna do what I tell y'all to do. So is this about her ego? Is this about her showing them who's running the show?
I wonder that too, because is it more? Does he feel more betrayed by that, or does she feel more
Right.
betrayed by
Right,
that?
because you chose to have whatever relations you wanted to have with Kat. She didn't have to drug you. She didn't have to Bill Cosby you. She didn't have to trick you into being in the room.
Facts.
Y'all chose to do whatever y'all chose to do together. Somehow that became Kat's fault because of
Yeah.
how it was revealed. Kat chose to reveal it to Rachel, and Ryan felt betrayed. And then the crews remain loyal because they're like, that's y'all decision. We're not going to cut our friends off, so we'll remain loyal. But dog, you know you played a big part in this. Don't blame Kat.
Exactly. It's
So
50-50.
now, for some reason, he feels like they chose Kat. Ryan, if you're watching, which I hope you are, which you
We
probably
love
are,
you.
we want you to come in and explain to us why you feel betrayed by the crew. Because at what point did they actually put Kat before you? Like, I understand that the ego battles with everybody building 9mag, and I thought that we had got to the bottom of, you kind of us all realizing you own the name Now Mag. It's your business, and we know that. But like, at what point did you feel so betrayed that you would leave your best friend without a way to make money or no warning? Like, your best friend of everybody, you should have at least told your best friend. So please, if you want to tune in, hop in the chat room,
let
or
us
just
know.
let us
We know
know
you're gonna tweet us.
or come
because
see us.
that
We
is
need
that
to know.
took me by surprise. The fact that Four didn't know.
That's why I was like,
well,
at least-
wait, at
like
least
a
Four could know,
semaphore
and maybe
close.
like, and people may have thought like, oh well, he's bogus if he didn't tell everyone else. But then it's like, well, his loyalty is with Ryan more,
Right.
So I would understand if he kind of kept that to himself if
Four
Ryan
didn't
told
know.
him. But like, how do you not tell him?
You know what I
But
also
why
think
so
though?
much anger? Why destroy the shop? Why take away that way to make money?
Because-
like, why be that petty?
Because I look at it like, remember last season I said, I think he would still be cool with Kat because I think he looks at Rachel like, remember he said this, he's like, I cannot work with you if I'm with Rachel. It is no way.
Right.
And I think he feels the same way with the crew.
think she feels the same way, like,
she
I
does
wanna-
too. I would too.
Yeah,
like, come on,
right.
you messed up again. And I think he looks at the crew like, I can't come back in there and show my face. One, I think he's embarrassed. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie. Two, I just think that him and Rachel live in their lives and he's just like, I don't want to be around them and I'm gonna teach them a lesson since they want the shop so bad. You're gonna have to start at the bottom like I started. That's why he ruined their equipment. That's why I think he wants to see you be the business people you keep saying that you are and step up to the plate.
I think it would have still, like, the point would have still been driven if he had just taken his sign. He could have blacked that out and then pieced out. I don't think he needed to shoot everything up and ruin people's equipment.
Exactly.
Listen.
But that's a Gemini though. There's
But
something
you would do it to your best friend though? Well, everybody finds out and everybody's pretty upset and distraught. Nobody knows what they're going to do. In the meantime, Ryan gets himself a suite and in comes Push. Now, when I heard Push showing up, I was like,
Pusha T.
wait, Pusha T.
I was like, and he just dropped that new single to Drake.
Word. I wish we could do a whole review just on the beat,
I was like,
the
come
rap
through,
battle.
Red.
Oh my goodness, right?
Yeah, so, but he pushes, you know, he has his client. He takes care of his client in his private room. Tattoo is flawless.
I will say though, when him and Van met up, first of all, when they were like, Van, you gotta go, I'm like, shouldn't Four go? Because they're like best of friends. But I am happy that, you know, him and Van got to the point where they're not beating each other up.
Right.
Where they can have this, and Van can tell him about how he feels. Like, yo, we love you. We family. I got 9 mag tag. Like,
Yeah.
it was like a civil, though they were yelling, but it was a civil conversation.
Do you think that he took the name just to be like? Do you think that the right thing to do is to choose a new name, or you think he should have rolled with his brand?
No, like it is his
That's
brand.
his- It's
he
his
did
brand,
start
right?
that.
He
I'm
started
gonna roll
with
with
his
what I already
sister,
got. Yeah.
Nova, like that's his name.
Yeah.
So I think he has every right. I just think the way he went about it, it's like you can let your crew know, like, look, I'm moving on. I love you guys, but I just think this relationship is just not a good one. For work, let's still be fam, and that's it. Remember I told him last season, I said, Ryan, this is how you talk to your crew. And you told me you understood. But you didn't get it. Let me stop. Ryan goes,
I just want to know at any point, like if at any point did you guys come to the table and sit down and say, this is what we've been through as a family. Where do y'all think how do you think we should handle this?
Right, because I'm wondering, like, was there
As a
any conversation
family.
after that vacation
Right.
trip they
Right.
had? Like, it had to be, because especially, like, when Ryan and Van met up, and Ryan was like, you went with them hoes, like, what? Like, if he thought 9 Mag was still up and running, why wouldn't he go to work if that's what Ryan is referring
Right.
to?
Yeah.
So it's like, is there something that we missed that you guys didn't show?
Because even when Charmaine said, she's like, Ryan hasn't been to work. He hasn't showed up. No one's heard from him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are you
Yeah,
just not
so-
pop? I don't know. I feel like there are some missing
to
pieces.
me, I feel like, well, how
Yeah.
do you feel like he just went over there and chose them over you? Like, what happened that we don't know?
Right, because they were still,
Yeah, something is
we would see them
missing.
on Snap and Instagram, so they were still tattooing. So I don't know if like one day, like in January, because we know it's the winter time, where he's just like, I'm fed up, like I'm mad.
Yeah.
After Christmas, after the New Year,
Yeah.
hey, brand new year. Maybe he's like, this is
But
a
a
brand new
gun
year.
though. But a gun though.
Allegedly.
Please, next time you come here, don't bring a gun. Look, we got to review this show, but look.
You know we love you.
We love you, but listen, I just gotta
We gotta
take.
say allegedly.
You got hella cool points
Oh, no,
on me,
he
but
admitted it.
I gotta take a cool point back because you don't sabotage the people who helped you come up, the people who supported you when you had nothing, the people who stood behind your idea when there was no tangible evidence to prove that it was going to be a success. Collectively, y'all achieved having a TV show. Like, you sabotage them to the point where you take away their livelihood. I just can't agree with that decision.
Yeah,
You should have been,
that's
if you was
heartbreaking.
man enough to shut the doors on the business of your family or your friends, whatever you call them, you should have been man enough to have a conversation, not throw them under the bus.
I
not,
agree.
Not take away their livelihood, not leave them with nowhere to go. That's not a stand-up move.
I definitely
not.
agree. But I do think though,
But
not
you
to
a boss
excuse,
though. You was fed up at the same time. You was fed up. You wanted to take your name. You wanted to start clean. He has
Yeah.
a right.
He does.
Yeah,
that.
he has the right to take his name.
Not to
It's not
excuse
what you
his
do, it's how you do
actions.
it.
I do think this will light a fire under their asses now to, step up and, because remember last season I was like, y'all gotta do something. Come on, Danny. Like Charmaine's doing her thing but like I think what it is gonna do now is gonna put like, because Van's starting his business, his clothing business.
Yes.
It's gonna get them, I think, motivated to be like, yo, we gotta be bosses too.
Yeah.
So I am excited to see like how this will go and how they all will exercise it.
Yeah, well, shout out to Kat.
We love Kat.
Kat has opened her own shop and she's doing her own thing. So obviously she's,
Yeah, she's
her
doing
grand
it.
opening is June. So
They're all doing big
she's
things.
doing it
I
boss
just
thing.
want to see them boss up like.
I feel like they're all bossed up though. I just feel like this was a selfish move. We can't
they're not all.
They not all bossed
not
up.
all.
No.
Four is making his way. No, let's look at it. Let's look at the view that we have. Four. No, listen. Four is making his way
Yeah.
onto brand new stages that we saw him step on
Yes,
new
he is.
platforms.
Four has always been doing his thing.
Exactly. Van
Charmaine.
has his own clothing line. He sells out his collections all the time. Charmaine, she's getting there. She's learning
on
how to be
radio.
responsible.
Yeah.
Who
She had an
we leaving
apron
out?
line.
Kat has her own thing. Don is
feel
a
like
stand-up guy in the community, but we got to get back to him. His personal life is a
Yeah, that person.
little. Speaking of which, let's move on to our
I've
next
said
topic.
let's just go into Don.
Don gets caught. He doesn't even get caught. He snitches on himself.
What does Tyra Banks say? I was rooting for you.
We were all rooting for you. Don. Damn, Don.
He snitched on himself, bro.
Bruh came to LA and was kicking it. Kat had an art show. It was beautiful.
It was dope.
Everybody hit the club afterward, and apparently Don had a little rendezvous popping, and
With handcuffs.
he documented it on Snapchat.
That's how you know older people, and he's not even old. Because
not
Four
old.
is older than
I
him,
was
and
gonna
Four's
say,
only like 30.
Yeah.
So I'm giving Dawn, 28? This is how you know people who, Dawn's a dad, so he probably ain't on Snapchat. So he probably was like, oh, let me say this video. Oh, it's on my timeline.
Because you got to press that arrow.
Exactly.
You got to press that
true.
arrow to
Listen,
go next.
there are multiple steps because
How can that happen?
Snapchat is growing with us.
Facts.
And they hooked it up to where we can't be showing ourselves out
That is
anymore.
true. How did he do that?
So
Because
I'm also thinking, like, did a girl at some point break into the phone?
No, you know what I think?
Yeah, because it wasn't an uploaded photo, because Snap will tell you if it's uploaded.
Yeah.
So it was a
Right.
straight.
You know when like it's saved in your
Damn,
phone?
dog.
Not that I've saved anything in Snapchat that's inappropriate. Sure. And sometimes when you're pressing buttons, and I'm not gonna lie, I've almost had an account to where it's saved, and because we love ourselves, we look at ourselves and we look at our accomplishments. I look at some things, and then sometimes by accident I'm like, oh, and it almost goes to.
And sometimes I send it to all of my exes and just like go on my merry way.
I have almost sent it to other people accidentally.
Yeah,
but
well, that's
Same.
easy to
Yeah,
do. But like when you put it on a story, there are multiple
Dog trying to help you.
steps.
No.
Also, she looked like she had a filter. And that's why you can't be messing with these social media
Yes.
hoes because they want filters on their dick sucking videos.
I just have a
And-
question. I have a question.
Was she sucking dick with like the bunny ears?
No, it looked like the glossed over.
The gloss.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
the
I have
to
a
make
question.
you
She
look.
got to have the gloss.
I
The
though.
was
one that
like,
makes you look
yeah.
Caucasian.
If I stop doing what I'm doing to tell a man, can you put a filter on me? Like, there's a problem.
But honey, they was
a new
having fun.
day.
She
It's a
had
new day.
handcuffs on.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. Dawn says, oh, it was a one-night stand. But Dawn, she had handcuffs. So when you flew to LA, because we seen you at the club, hey, boo.
Chicks be
super
traveling with that
sweet.
kind of stuff, especially if that's what they do.
If it's a one-night
Yeah,
stand, you're not
one-nighter?
telling somebody.
Oh, one-night
He
stand.
told
Tied up off
Ashley it
of
was a
one
one
night?
night, but she told Ashley they've been doing this for a while, which according to the video, it looks like it's been a while.
Because that's
Yeah.
comfort.
I was gonna say, how many one night stands have you had where they pull out the handcuffs?
And you're mad
okay,
comfortable,
right,
like, okay, all right.
One night stands mean you don't know that man.
Come on.
means
I'm not letting no
Club.
man handcuff me if I don't know you
Okay,
that
you
well.
might kill me.
Right.
I mean, I
so-
got to really know you to say.
No,
I'm
that's
just saying.
I let you, but I need to know you first.
Exactly.
At least.
Dawn.
Dawn, damn it.
You're
okay,
not
now.
slick.
Y'all made it to the wedding barely because
Barely.
because there was a hookup at the bachelor party the night before, but y'all still got married. let this be a note to Ashley. People shouldn't get married when they're not ready.
I was just gonna say, like, how much do we put on Ashley for this?
Right.
And I'm not
I feel
like, people
bad for
don't beat
Ashley.
me up.
I'm not even getting on
No,
Ashley
I don't
no
know.
more.
Well, I don't know because you continue to take it though. It's not,
Right.
you know, and I understand we are watching these people on TV, and maybe there are some things that we don't know and we don't see, but at the same time, for everything that we've seen, is he hasn't really. We like Don and we want to root for him, but he hasn't really changed that much
at all.
Facts. You keep putting your hand on the stove, it's gonna keep burning you. Just because it makes delicious food every now and then does not mean that shit is not gonna hurt.
You better
say that.
So you need to calm
I say people only do
down.
what you allow, and we've seen. I mean, we don't know Dawn and Ashley. We only seen them start in season 1, but from season 1, Dawn has literally been the same. He's grown up a little bit when it came to other things, and when it comes to Ashley, like
I mean, he's been improved.
he had a baby outside the relationship. He's been doing a lot of things, and listen, Ashley,
by the previews, there may be another baby.
Yes, like Ash, you deserve better.
Yes.
We love Dawn. Dawn's a good guy, and I always say that about guys.
I love him.
I just think right now he's just not ready to.
I was gonna say he's been showing like who he is, so it's like you can't. I mean, you can get mad at him, but at the same time, like it's not like he's been pretending to be.
True.
Well, like Ashley is like most women. A lot of women think that they can change a man, especially like if we get married and we have these kids, and it's like you cannot change a man. Message to the ladies.
She caught him cheating and had to get married the same day.
That's tough. I
Then
would kill him.
She caught him cheating again, and then he got the girl pregnant. She took the baby in.
Sure did. That beautiful little chocolate baby.
I mean, how much? Like, she's making the right choice.
But I think like men like Dawn, he says like she don't mean nothing to me. So one night stand, and it's like, no, honey, you're having
know what,
raw
but-
sex with me.
Yeah, come on, like
Bruh,
you know,
you're
like
I think that's what's wrong with society. I'm gonna have the unpopular opinion here. I just don't think that love means you only love one person, or that you only had sex with one person.
And that's fair, but you gotta be upfront about it.
Facts.
But
Yeah,
they're
true.
married. That's the line that they're
Right,
drawing.
like it's not like you're in a relationship where you tell your girl like, oh, let's have an
Exactly.
open relationship, and let's be polyamorous.
Polyamorous.
You're telling her, I love you so much. I
I just don't think
gonna
it's in
change,
a
I'm
man's
gonna stop, I'm gonna do
nature
better.
to only sleep with one woman.
I don't either, but
There's too many women.
I don't, but then there's a way where you can be disrespectful to your
Yeah.
partner
Very,
and
like
respectful to your
posting it.
partner. And I just think that there's certain ways you can go about it.
I just wonder what it's like being on television and it all being so new and your life
Yeah.
changing and people like pitching you the pussy like like fastball like.
And I'm sure they
pitch
were
you
doing
this
it
pussy
before
like-
the show too. So now during the show, I'm okay.
Feeling a little
No, that ended up in there. Just put that back right now. The Dawn got me excited. Sorry, Ashley, not in that way. I don't want to get beat up.
But I mean, should she stay? Should she leave? Should she stay for the kids?
Me? Say for what?
what's she gonna say for?
the kids.
If you stay, understand what you're gonna go through.
You're becoming a
Right.
So
professional
when it happens,
babysitter.
just be like, oh, get your shit together, and then
Because when you say for
I mean,
the kids,
she took that
you're
second
miserable.
baby in and like looks out for her the same way she looks out for her own children.
But another baby?
But now it's looking like
Because here's the issue.
it's another
How
one.
do you make babies? You don't use condoms. So what you're
Exactly.
telling me is
Right.
not only
Exactly.
are you sleeping out on me, but you're not wrapping it up when you're sleeping out on me.
Now
And
you're
so-
making diseases.
Dawn, you gotta do better.
And I'm gonna take it a step further, and you're finishing because I mean, really,
Yes.
sometimes a pull out can work.
His pull-out game,
So-
obviously, he lazy. And he
I'm sorry,
Dawn, you
ain't
got
even
to
trying.
do better.
stop cheating, Dawn. How about that?
You have to.
Or be smarter about it. Like,
Right.
Be
Just don't
smarter about it.
Don't
Why
be
are
on
you
social media. If you're gonna cheat,
You're
just
married.
do it respectfully.
You better get that photographic memory intact and just remember that
Be like,
shit.
I'm gonna remember this moment for the rest of my life.
Put it in the back of your mind.
I recorded.
I'm
Get you an
stressed out when it's
album
done.
lock. Like,
Get an old school video camera. Take it back to 1995.
I'm stressed out and it's the first episode.
Oh my goodness. Well, do we have any information from iTunes before we go a little bit further?
Yeah, so those who are listening to us being loud and crazy, thank you guys from iTunes for listening to us, shouting like we're Van and Ryan right
just
now.
so turned.
We're so turned up. But for those who are listening to us, make sure you guys give us 5 stars and make sure you guys subscribe. Let us know how you love Black Ink Chicago. Tell us who your favorite castmate is. And let us know if you think what Ryan did was super shady or he did the right thing. We really do appreciate you guys. Remember, 5 stars. And if you're on YouTube, if you can subscribe and give us a thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it.
yeah.
You know what? When you were speaking it, I want to commend Van.
Yeah.
Because Van, he was taking things kind of hard last season. Like, he went through a lot. just fighting for his right to be a boss in his shop, what he felt like in the shop that he helped build. But the way he was able to compose himself when he did approach Ryan, I feel like he handled that situation pretty good. And I want to make sure before we move on that we give Van his props for handling that situation like a man. You know,
growth.
And for
Jen.
Yeah, because she was like, "Nah, you a grown man. You know how to talk to people. You know how to be able." Because he was nervous at first, like, you know, thinking about his old ways. But Jen was like, "You got this.
Come through, Mama Jen."
You need a woman like that in your corner.
Yes. So speaking of couples, Dawn and Four and Ashley are still together.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nikki.
Four and Nikki are still together. I was happy to see that.
Yeah, they're cute.
Nikki's
They're
hair
cute.
company is on fire.
But during the season, I seen the previews and looked like they're gonna have a little.
Well, I
but
can't wait to
they're
see
still
what
together.
that splash was about.
Listen, because I was like, she almost drowned him. Like,
Did cereal come out of that? I saw something flash. I was like, are those Fruit Loops?
I'll just say this season as always looks lit.
It does.
Yes.
It looks like it's gonna be a good time. It looks like we're gonna be extra stressed out.
We were like,
we love it.
Last season, we were like, oh my God, how can they top this?
Yeah,
All this
we
drama
were
and things like
speechless.
that. Like, oh, I cannot wait
But
for
I
the
think
rest of the season.
We get to see what happens. We get to see how they're gonna handle, you know, this separation now in the brand and the bond, the family bond. Like what happens now, and you know, we get to see what role, because Rachel looked like she like it's me. And
Rachel
what
wants
y'all
all the
gonna
smoke.
do?
All of it.
I want all the smoke.
All gas, no brakes.
She might be the one shooting up the walls for all we know. Rachel probably had a gun.
Look, Rachel,
Right?
shout out Team Sag.
Right?
We here. We lit.
Listen.
Oh, I keep forgetting she's Sagittarius. That's that fire, honey.
Best side ever. We're really nice until you mess with us. That's why I know, like, she's probably just fed up from listening to Ryan and his stories. And
I want to give a shout out to Charmaine. I love the natural look.
Yes.
Killing it with the natural vibe.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, and you know what? Since you bring that up, because I was looking on Instagram and people were kind of like coming at her, and I'm like, really? In this day, we have more of a natural hair movement.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wear my hair.
Yeah,
natural.
well,
Not right now. But you know what I mean?
even
But
when
like
we don't,
coming
this
at
is to
her.
help our hair grow. Like,
Yeah,
we know what
exactly.
we're doing.
You know, and if we want to
know
let
we
it
got
out,
this
that
thing.
is her natural hair.
Yes.
The natural way that it, you know what I mean, goes. If she, you know, does a little twist
Fresh
out or something like
stays.
that, let her live. And these
Let
were
her
like black
live.
girls commenting on that. I'm
Yeah,
like, really,
it is
y'all?
cute,
Come
and
on.
y'all broke. So why are you coming at her?
exactly. And if she had a wig, y'all be mad too.
Exactly.
When she's doing her thing, she's still at the radio station. I thought it was hilarious that she was like working that engineer board like it was some turntables. I was like, okay, get it, boo. It was funny. She had on the twerking apron. Did not let us down.
She's my spirit animal. I
I
love
know.
her to
I
death.
love Charmaine.
I need to, one, host one of those parties, and two, I need to know where she got that apron
Yeah,
from.
it's her
The apron
apron.
was
Oh,
fire.
snap.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I'm buying
Charmaine,
it.
so
Yeah.
there's 4 of us. We'll take 4
Yes.
aprons, sis.
Yes.
Yeah, and I went out with no shirt too, just like yours,
We'll
because
wear
I'm
'em here,
inspired.
We can wear the
We'll
aprons
wear
here.
'em. Like,
we lit.
So, is there any news or gossip or anything that you can tell us
Yeah.
about?
So I won't keep it long because we got a lot of news and gossip, but I'll do that next week. But
TV News.
thank you, Anthony. All right. I'll just keep it light and simple. So happy belated birthday to Kat. Her birthday was May 17th.
Hey.
And also happy belated birthday to Ryan, a true Gemini.
Yes. Gemini.
May 27th.
Damn.
The beautiful Danielle just got engaged to her boyfriend Terrence. Well, they got engaged back
Over like Christmas. I
around
think.
Christmas
Yeah,
time.
around
They
the
got
holidays.
It's looking like she's
engaged.
ready to barbecue his whole life.
So this
Ooh.
season's gonna be interesting because it looks like he may have cheated.
Yes.
Also, Ryan gifted his beautiful girlfriend Rachel with a brand new Benz.
Okay.
Yes, come through, Ryan.
We love his
We
lady.
love you.
Come on, Ryan. I want to do some stand-up shit, man. I'm trying to root for you, man.
And also, so as we see, Van and Jen are together, but during the break, it seems that someone had probably caught Jen cheating on Van with another dude. So
And she
Van
don't
was,
remember.
he found this out and he's very upset. He just wrote, I got ears and eyes all over the world and I drive like Batman to the location to find out if it's true, LOL. Same old dirty N-word. Better be glad I turned over a new leaf. So he pretty much goes in and kind of like dogs Jen and just says they broke up. But I went on Jen's Instagram and that's the picture and she's like, Daddy knows best, hashtag.
Come on now.
So
Come on,
it's
one
like-
time for
all
black
right
love.
then.
Keep it together.
So it
Yeah,
looks like
work it
they're
out.
still together.
Yes.
And as we know on the show, it says allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, Ryan shot up the shop, but production said that production wasn't there and it wasn't rolling. No one filed criminal charges. So they really had no idea what was going on because there were no cameras around.
Damn, Ryan is hurt. I want to hear Ryan's side of the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too.
He gotta
And
come back.
He's
this
hurt.
season.
That's a hurt move. He was hurt.
yes, and I'll wrap it up. That's all I got for news.
All
I'll
right.
keep the big stuff for next week.
Well, I'm predicting that Ashley's gonna go back to Dawn.
And now,
Every day.
your AfterBuzz TV.
I'm predicting that it might be some beef, but I think she's gonna take him back because I think that thing got in a headlock.
Listen, I've seen.
I think so. But I'm all about the black family staying together. So work it out.
I was watching like, is the D that good?
And then I seen it. I said,
Like-
"Welp,
Well,
must be."
she was giving head like that.
Stop. I can't.
You don't use that much neck with a little bit of body.
She was training.
But
she was
but
in
yeah,
Pilates for that.
I'm gonna predict that.
Get back together.
What's the cousin that
Danielle.
Danielle? She gets cheated on.
Damn.
I'm predicting that Ford did something that didn't call for him to get the water thrown in his face.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna predict it was an overreaction.
Yes.
Do y'all have any predictions?
I predict that I do see Ashley getting back with Dawn because if you follow them on social media, it seems like they are still kind of together. So it's like she already got back with him. I just hope and pray that she just does what's best for her and her children.
Yes.
I don't believe in just staying with somebody just because of the kids because you end up miserable when your kids are 18 and y'all want to kill each other. But we love Dawn. We love y'all. I hope that they work that out. I do believe that Ryan, as we see, Ryan's going to start his own thing in his own shop. So I think this is going to put a fire under everyone's ass and everyone's going to boss up.
I do predict. I mean, Van and Ryan had their first encounter was pretty good, but we didn't even see a clip of this. But I feel like from that conference they were at or whatever with the convention, Van's gonna get upset all over again. I feel like him and Ryan are gonna have a confrontation.
Ooh, I want to see that.
Yeah, that's kind of all I have. I'm like, what's gonna happen this season? So, but I think Ryan and Van are actually gonna get into it.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, I agree with all of those. I feel like Ryan's gonna try to go open this new 9 mag, and it's just not like he's gonna have something missing, and he's gonna peep that, but be too hard headed to try to go get that old thing back.
I agree. That real Gemini-ish.
Oh man. Well, before we leave, we have a really huge fan who checks us out on Instagram and follows us all. His name is Travis. So shout out to you, Travis. We wanted to shout out. So thank you so much for tuning in and being a great fan. We really appreciate you. And to all of our fans, we really appreciate you guys tuning into our review and listen to us while and out. You know, next week we'll have a whole new hour of reviews for you after we see what happens at this 9 mag Loyalty Inc. Chicago Inc. situation. But until then, I'm your girl Karma. You can find me on Instagram at king_karma_.
You guys can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom. And shout out to the whole 9 mag crew.
Yes.
We love you and we hope to see you guys this season.
Yes. Hey guys, I'm El Marie. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at El Marie TV.
And I'm Drew Jones. You can find me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
And until next week, that's all we got. Bye. See you guys next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.